Alright, we're back. Welcome everyone to the Jak and Daxter no LTS tournament. I'm Six Rock, I'm commentating with Stellar.
Yo.
You may have seen a few days ago, we had the four-way qualifier race to get the last two people in to fill all 16 slots out of 8. We had 18 people, and now we're actually starting with the group stage. Round 1, G3Catcher, called G3 versus Flu. What are we looking for here, Stellar? What are we expecting?
Well, as the PBs show, not the closest of races, potentially, but also, you never know, could have a crazy upset here if Flu coasts or if he decides to do some risky stuff. You never know. G3 could have been practicing, he could have hidden some PBs.
Some strats.
Yep, you never know.
Some crazy time saves. Alright, we're about to start the race. Should be starting very shortly. And we will be off. G3 playing in 16x9. Flu playing in 4x3. One of these is the correct option.
And the correct option is 4x3.
This is true.
Just don't want to leave that open to interpretation.
Yeah. There we go. We're off.
Wow.
So, are we going to... We're not going to see the first cutscene skip. I don't think people need to risk the time loss realistically.
Nah, Flu definitely should be doing every risky strat in this run.
Yeah,
otherwise, he should be disqualified.
Oh, G3's ahead. Flu
Wow.
messing up the blue eco. This race
Now
is basically...
this is a crazy upset.
This is insane. G3 currently about 0.45 seconds ahead, maybe.
Some quick maths there.
Yeah, there's some...
But missing 4 orbs, so... And he's messed up the movement just a tad there.
Yeah, it can be tricky. There's a lot of like small reactionary inputs that you have to put in there at the right time to really do that smoothly, so definitely something to get used to. G3's trying to do some orbless addition here. As we can see, Flu with 29 orbs versus G3's 23, and that's gonna make a difference.
Yes, I mean, Flu's finishing Geyser first, and he's, to be honest, 6 orbs out of the first level difference is quite a lot, so...
Yeah, because, I mean, Flu definitely has extra. He's clearly playing this, like, kind of safe, so he doesn't have to go for more at the Oracle. Because the reason the no LTS route is kind of weird now with the fact that you have to cram a lot of orbs in the first, like, 18 minutes of the run. Because then you need to buy 2 cells for 240 orbs, and then again, like almost right after, you have to have another 240 orbs. So, and then after that, you're kind of just like going to get the right amount no matter what you do. Right. So there's a lot of orb collecting, so it's very valuable to be a whole 6 orbs ahead here.
Yeah, I bet G3 is molding over his low orb count.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he probably knows where he can pick up some extras, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'd wager as much.
But now we head over to Jungle and the Great Equalizer, the fish minigame. So despite this early lead for Flu, you never know. This could turn right around through pure RNG.
I wonder if at any point in this tournament we'll have someone actually catch an eel. It does not happen very often. But it's,
that is a good point.
But it's not a... But you could easily lose. We're talking 40 seconds to a minute and a half that you could lose from that, even like...
Yeah, it drastically depends where you do it, I guess, or when, but... Alright, 34 for Flu. He's probably going to grab some more. At 35. 3-3 forgetting where to go.
It's the 16x9 crops the game.
Yeah.
He can't navigate as well.
30 orbs. So he has actually made up the deficit by 1, but
insane.
You know, it's not a whole lot.
There's the eternal theory that having a worse pre-fish segment makes the fish itself better.
I've never believed that at all. I think it's a load of rubbish.
It probably is, and I mean, it has no reason to be more true than anything else.
But hey, I mean, if G3 gets a godfish right now, then... Wait, I thought G3 was ahead there for a second, but I didn't realize Flu was in the second cutscene. Yeah, I forget. Also, he doesn't have black bars because he's on 16/9 as well.
Oh, Flu got the hop.
Did he?
Yep.
What? I missed it. God damn it.
I believe that is frame perfect.
I love the frame perfect hops in the cutscenes that are completely pointless in this game.
Okay, Flu is catching fish.
Yeah, so much for worse movement gets better fish.
Well, we'll see. I'm pretty sure there's the same out of first phase.
Yeah, no, Flu was like 51.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
This is supposed to be the great equalizer, not the great divider, dude. What is this?
A rough estimate for fish, which you'll most often see finish after the so-called eel phase. A single fish is about 0.4 seconds. So you can sort of do the maths that if your fish RNG is like worse by 15, we're talking about 6 seconds of time lost there.
I didn't see what Flu entered eels in, but we'll see what he exits. Not incredibly high. I think his fish got a little bit worse. 161 is definitely above average, but G3's definitely caught up though. I think he had a better third place, maybe. So 161 out of eels for Flu, and then G3
156. So that's a 5 fish difference. We'll
but that's only one fish if it's a 5-pounder though.
Yeah.
So really, G3. Oh, he's doing not this. He's doing the
trying.
Yes. So to explain that, in the was it the no LTS tournament or what? I don't remember when it was. But I had a habit of missing 6 fish every fish game, so that's what that is.
I see. I thought he was trying to like somehow set up the very not much used. There's a way with the way cutscenes work with pausing on specific frames. This game is terrible, so stuff like that exists. But there's a way to pause when Fisherman dialogue starts playing, like he says something like, "Here comes a big one" or whatever. And if you pause on like the specific frame, it'll start playing the cutscene for finishing fish. So when you actually do finish, it interrupts it and basically skips as much of the cutscene as you spent doing fish after the pause. That's a very convoluted explanation, but basically, you can.
Basically, it's like
it's
like a partial cutscene skip, basically. But yeah, it's.
G3 dying. That's
Didn't we have a death just here?
Yeah, Luigi died here. We'll see if G3 realized that he should probably go to the right.
He does, yes. So already... Oh, he's already taken damage there. So this is looking dangerous. So actually that death didn't cost him... Oh my god, he's 1 health again. I'm just hoping he doesn't die again. So yeah, I know Flu is very, he's very... de-rusted isn't even the word, because he hasn't been rusty in ages. But he's definitely, ready to play. I don't know how much grinds G3 has put in, pre-tournament. Probably not as much as Flu.
Yeah.
So... yeah. Definitely won't help G3 in his bid to upset here.
Well, realistically, being not very fair, but more realistic to, I'd say that Flu needs to have, a really unfortunate hard lock.
Well,
even,
I believe
in
this tournament, the hard locks, the times are removed.
Okay.
Provided it's, not a player-caused one. As long as it's a random one, then I think the times are removed. So... as long as he doesn't make a big mistake on his own part, he should be fine. But I mean, you could always say that. As long as you don't make mistakes, you're fine. But That's the boring answer.
That's unfortunate, I guess. I was messing a lot with this boss that Flo is currently at yesterday, but it's like, it's very much timed. Like, I don't think there's a way to make this faster. G3 with another Death in Temple, that one only costing maybe 3-4 seconds.
Not even that, probably. That one was intentional, though, I think, because he was on 1 health, so we couldn't do quick bite.
I see.
Or bite skip, whatever you want to call it.
Not get the orb jump TM, the jump
No, he
pad?
didn't. Not everybody does. And I don't
Yeah.
think Flu gets that one either, to be honest.
But to be fair, G3's orb count is not looking
Yeah,
too hot.
G3 probably could have done with it. So yeah, Flu pulling out quite a lead here.
Yeah,
Partly,
storming.
maybe a little bit due to fish, but largely due to just cleaner movement here.
Yeah, getting a 940x boat is a pretty good boat indeed. I think unless you like, if you can have terrible fish and still get sub 10 boat, you can call yourself a good player. That's like the barrier. At least when I started, like ages ago, it was like, oh, he got sub 10 boat, let's go. That was like a huge milestone when you first got sub 10 boat.
Sub 10 boat, let's go. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be out of the boat around 10:10, which is like, I just pulled that arbitrarily out of my head, but yeah, definitely, Flu's definitely off to a pretty good start here, which is exactly what G3 doesn't want. Missed the Muse, Flu. No, didn't miss it.
Oh,
And G3's
going out for a swim.
Fortunately, we're not swimming to Misty, we are taking the boat.
It's, the cards clearly aren't stacked for G3 right now, but hey, you never know. Things might turn around. So I did this thing talking about how long the runners have been around. I think G3's been just generally around for longer than Flu, but G3's like...
He's a lot less dedicated of a runner, more like G3, at least over the last like year and a half, he's been like a spearhead when it comes to, well, this kind of thing, really, like tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
I think he very much likes watching other people compete. I mean, I'm sure he enjoys competing, but like he's put a lot more effort into setting up events for other Jack runners than actually running himself, I would say.
Flu getting the roll jump as well. There are like no time losses for Flu right now. This is honestly super solid run. Granted, it's been 11 minutes, no pun intended.
One of those roll jumps was a little bit off angle. I think he's probably practiced it a bit. Yeah, G3's missing more orbs here. He really does not want to be missing these. Oh, please don't fall down.
It's like if you fail that once, you're gonna fall down. Exactly. That was almost
I don't think he knows the backup.
He doesn't know the backup. That's something that we'll probably see quite a lot here. Is like the newer runners, the people with less experience, the people who have just like not watched enough top runners, basically. Because fun fact, top runners do fail stuff, but they also know how to quickly recover from it. So if you just don't know, you just don't know. Oh, Flu.
That was very clutch.
Very clutch. But yeah, Flu definitely sort of popped into the community and then just like posted PB after PB after PB. Like he played religiously. Still does.
Yeah, I mean he PB'd like yesterday, I think, in this category. So.
Yeah. We've had a lot of PBs recently from people in the tournament. Aslov just like a couple dozen seconds off of the world record right now on the active grind.
Yeah, he's the first person to really be like
G3's going off.
So yeah, G3 failing the roll jump, but he failed it in a spot where you can save it to some extent. If you fall off earlier, then you actually have to die and run all the way back from the start. But he was able to swim.
Considering Flu, like I said, didn't have like God fished by any means.
Oh god, Jesus. He's on 1 health as well, isn't he, I think? I believe he is on 1 health, so he has to be super careful. I mean, he's definitely doing Death Cycle at this point.
Yeah. So Flu already racking up like quite the lead.
So yeah, honest, I didn't see the rest of Flu's Misty, but I think arguably the first real mistake I've noticed him make was his Zeppelins were not properly clean, but then he clutched it by killing those two on the bridge anyway. So really didn't lose. Sub 14 boat is even better than a sub 10 boat, like on the way. Getting a sub 14 boat on the way back is really good.
Sorry, I just took off my headphones. I think someone's straight up just singing like opera in the apartment building right now, and I can hear it through the walls.
Right, we can hear it. Oh well, I kind of do want to hear it actually. But... Oh, G3.
Oh no.
I don't know if he meant to jump that early. Kind of looked like he did because he just didn't even try.
Looks like he just didn't get a double jump.
Yeah, but it was a very early jump regardless. So yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of cleaning up here. So yeah, Flu's just going to be coasting through Sentinel. Not a whole lot going on in Sentinel. As in there shouldn't be a whole lot of time loss really. Not that he's had any time loss anywhere else really so far.
G3 made that work pretty well. But yeah, Flu's definitely going right now.
The way Flu's playing, I get the feeling he's not even going to try Lava Walk. I think he's...
Yeah.
I don't think he's trying to coast this at all. I think he's taking this deadly seriously.
He's playing like firm. It's like he's doing everything by the book, which is obviously recommendable if you're trying to play well. But it looks like he could do this exact thing like time and time again. Seems like a very consistent play right now.
Yeah, so G3 right now, 164 orbs, leaving Misty. Ideally, you want to be a 180. So he is... I mean, yeah, he's 16 orbs down. There is a vent in...
Sandover, but it only has 15, so...
He has 15, so he is, even with that vent, he is ever so slightly behind on orb count. So he needs to make sure he doesn't miss any in Sentinel and maybe grab an extra one or two.
Yep. Flu had a bit of a rough second Sentinel, but he definitely backed it up by having like the best possible bird placement on the third one, so time loss minimal. G3 leaving here probably about
2.5 minutes behind.
Yeah, just about 2.5, just 3, somewhere in the midst of that. Whereas you can see, yeah, Flu, you pretty much always want to have 200 crossed at this vent. He's definitely storming.
Oh, yeah, Flu is the one with the mayonnaise, isn't it? People in chat were talking about mayonnaise. Yeah. And I forget Flu is the one who downs gallons of mayonnaise. So we can...
I am Flu the... What's his... He has a really funny bio. Something like, I am the... Is it consumer of mayonnaise?
That sounds about right.
Almost getting the blue eco fly. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I hate this stupid rock. And that stupid crab. It's the most irritating pair in this entire game. So yeah, if you're really fast there, you can dip down and grab that fly without ever like touching the beach. You can just do like an uppercut.
Yeah.
And if you have enough blue eco, you'll grab the fly and then you don't even have to worry. But blue is just a little bit too slow.
A few scraps here in Sentinel for him, but obviously nothing major. Nothing you would reset over. Oh, yep. And he's not down there.
So that's...
Sentinel's usually a pretty consistent level, so sometimes if you're just too zoned out, you can make some silly mistakes.
Yeah, he's definitely had the most mistakes in this level out of any level so far, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of, well, I don't know of him personally, but generally Sentinel is one of the more consistent levels in the game, in the run at least.
like outside of birds, you're probably your time save time loss is gonna be like within 5 seconds.
Both runners seem to have had good birds though.
Like I said, nothing major, but if G3 can at least keep up with Flu for this Sentinel, most likely.
I'm just worried about G3's orb count. He just needs to not be too low on orbs that he can't recover it. Because if he's like 1 or 2 orbs out and he has to go searching for them, because there's not a lot in Sandlover Village to grab. So
yeah, this is not a good orb count. That's 15 less than Flu had. He's probably good, but it's still like really rough.
Yeah.
He has to go for the vent, and he's barely gonna make it with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I think at this point G3 is... I think it's safe to say he is going to have enough. It's just he is going to lose a bit of time having to grab extras. But there are enough extras in his way.
Doing some... Yeah, spinning them is not, like, generally the best.
Yeah, these blockers, they... Whenever you break them, these, like, little pebbles, they jump out, and...
Both runners having trouble with this section.
Yeah, I hate that so much. But, yeah, every time you break those, these, like, pebbles shoot out in almost random directions. And, yeah, if you spin them and then punch, you have a chance. It's a lot easier, I think, to bonk on those, because those little pebbles that fly out, for some reason, they actually have a hitbox in the air. It's really stupid. So when they're in the air, you can punch into them and bonk on them. It's quite irritating. It doesn't, like, lose a whole lot of time, but it's just a weird thing.
G3 with the rocket.
Yeah, much cleaner knocking off of the egg there. So that's
he might genuinely have, like, a slightly faster Sentinel here.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, the egg and the scout fly shenanigans definitely saved him some time, but I think overall movement-wise, Flu may have had the better Sentinel. Speaking of Flu, he's bought both cells and he's now down to 4 orbs. So once again, it's hard orb farming. For the next like 5 minutes to get another 240.
Fire Canyon has 5 orb boxes, each containing 10 orbs. Missing one of those can be like really bad. You will very rarely miss one, but it's still like a thing that can happen, and then you have to sort of like adapt very quickly. And in Basin, that's gonna... I've never timed it, but it's at least 5 seconds, I'd say, that you have to spend getting boxes.
Yeah, it really depends. Like, just if you have to find 10, that is quite a lot to go out and find, yes. But usually people are a little bit overawed, so if they miss 10 in Fire Canyon, they only have to get like 6 or something in Basin, which isn't quite as hard to do. But G3, for example, he is barely going to have enough for the first Oracle, so he's definitely going to be... Like, he cannot afford to miss orbs in Basin or Fire Canyon, I don't think. Not that it's not that difficult to get all of them.
Yeah, but he just needs to like pay attention to it in Basin and not just like load out and then be like, oh, I just need like 3 orbs that are nowhere near me.
Yeah. Yeah, so G3 realizing he needs the vent here.
No,
which normally you wouldn't get this vent, but it's a handy backup.
The reason you normally wouldn't get it is because it is, in fact, necessary. Along the route, you'll, like Flu did, end up with the correct amount of orbs, and that's just obvious time loss having to get the orbs in the vent. Not a huge chunk of it, but like, you don't really go out of your way to get orbs, but you just sort of just about end up with the right amount.
Yep. So I don't think Flu missed any. He's at 59 out of Fire Canyon, which is, yeah, that's fine.
Yep. That is pretty much exactly what you would expect.
So yeah, about I think it was a high 22-minute hub 1 for Flu,
yeah,
which is definitely a bit off his PB, but still perfectly fine.
Oh, G3, oh my goodness. Okay, so he's getting those orbs anyways, which is a smart idea. It's pretty much like...
He's going to be the same as Flu, really, on orbs, I think. Yeah.
He's going to have slightly more out of Fire Canyon, most likely. But, like, obviously he took the extra 15. Flu heading off the basin. One thing that really irritates me, this is, like, sort of off topic, otherwise than it's basin, but if you have Blue Eco as Jak and you get on a zoomer, your zoomer won't have Blue Eco, so they programmed it to have 2 separate, like, Blue Eco meters. Would be really dope if we could enter
Damn, that's actually super annoying. Let's boycott this game. I'm so mad. Can't believe
all of our
made
runs
Blue
would be
Eco
significantly faster
yeah, so much faster.
if you had 1 Blue Eco in just like the regular basin. We're talking probably 10 seconds.
Oh right, because it doesn't run out, does it? I was memeing, but like low key, you could actually grab a cluster, jump on it, and yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yep. All right, I have the Delta for us. G3 is in fact 2 minutes and 40 seconds behind, jumping on the zoomer.
He was 2 minutes 30 behind after Misty, so he's not really lost all that much. Yeah, because Flu didn't have the cleanest Sentinel, so yeah, he's hung in there after a pretty rough Misty jungle. He's hung in there.
Yeah, especially Misty failing the roll jump and the cycles being kind of rough. And I mean, he died in FJ, so what am I talking about?
Yeah.
Will Flu get the second 1 cycle of the tournament? I forgot Luigi actually got 1 cycle.
I think he missed one there, unless... No, he didn't.
It's looking fine.
Sometimes they disappear a little bit slowly.
Yeah, it's very clean.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Flu
fine basin from Flu. He's got
Flu has the
270.
exact orb count that you need. 217 is the bare minimum that you want.
And yeah, G3 is now coming up to something that Flu already did. Blue Sage cutscene skip. We don't actually skip this cutscene, we basically just avoid it. We activate it and then avoid it.
Yeah, and it seems unnecessary probably, but you need it to get the zoomer in basin because this is great.
Yes, you need to activate the portals in the huts to use the zoomers. Like the zoomers don't appear in their respective levels unless you activate them. Except Mountain Pass for some reason. In Mountain Pass, you don't need to. It's just always there. But every other level, it's not there unless you activate the portal. So, yeah, fun fact.
Indeed. So yeah, talking about avoiding it, Flu's going to be going to LPC, turning the camera towards the hut, but it's actually turning the hitbox away from it. So the camera having a physical hitbox is kind of weird. You can trigger cutscenes with it, and that is specifically what we want to avoid. Someone watched it. I think it was Roser or Zed, one of the two. Roser accidentally watched it in the first race, and yeah, it's an instant 50-second time loss. There's nothing you can do about it. G3 hopefully going to be fine on orbs here.
Flu
Doesn't
gets the
decide
death
to go.
wall. Saves like 3 seconds.
Yep.
He's missing. G3 is missing an orb or two here and there, but I didn't see his count going in, so he might be fine.
Yep. The Death Warp going down to LPC is a very unique trick, honestly. It doesn't get like talked about a whole lot because it's such a quick, easy double jump spin. But it's honestly like the closest thing to it is like the 1 frame, for example, that you do in Orbless out of Plant Boss.
Yeah.
You sort of hit a checkpoint and die.
G3 grabbing some extra orbs
there.
Sorry to cut you off there. G3,
no, it's fine.
He's grabbing some extra orbs there, which he doesn't actually need. He actually had more orbs than Flu did. But I'm thinking he doesn't know about this box you can get just before the end.
This is a very solid plant section.
He can definitely still get a 1 cycle here, even though he missed that one.
Oh, is that it? No, I think he missed barely one to the left.
That's kind of unfortunate. That was very close though. Oh, and
he's getting trolled.
Screwed there. honestly, that was a great effort.
For sure. And what you're going to see on Flu screen now is Puzzle Skip going under Larry. Very brave. Using the momentum, hopping over this invisible wall that's not actually invisible, but just like the hitbox of the wall. To get here. Saves about, what, 8 seconds over doing the fastest possible casual way?
I actually have no idea how much it saves. It's just everybody does it.
Yeah.
I've never not done it, so I have no idea.
It's probably somewhere between like 8 and like 13 seconds. Probably not more than
G3
that.
missing the vent. That's not good.
Oh,
Absolutely
no.
needs that.
Flu doing a trick that hopefully we won't see G3 fail. Piggyback.
So yeah, I mean, we haven't really talked about it, but G3 does have... He's, what's the word? Damn, I actually can't think of the word. He is... I'll get back to it.
Alright. G3 is, while you're thinking about what you're saying, I'm gonna remind the kind people watching...
Notorious.
That, notorious?
Sorry, continue. Go. Continue.
Yes. This whole tournament and the r/Jesus twitch.tv/speedrungsa is raising money for UAP currently, the Urban Arts Partnership Program at the School of Interactive Arts. They believe in the quality. They believe the quality of education should not depend on which neighborhood you grew up in. You can read more about that from the panels below.
Yes, a very true statement there. But yeah, as I was saying, well, notorious, I should explain that. G3 is notorious for a few things, one of which is failing pause buffers, which I didn't see, but he may have actually not failed any.
Yeah, he's
I think
saving
the
them
fact
up.
we didn't notice means he didn't fail any, which is good for him. But he is also notorious for failing, well, not in general, but in a past event, failing a skip in LPC this level that they are both in. So we'll see how that goes for him.
And by the way, Flu is playing really well right now, so don't be fooled. I honestly think that G3 has every possibility to PB with this run.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the difference in PBs, it's almost exactly 8 minutes. And after Hub 1, which is what, 20 minutes, G3 was not even, he wasn't even 3 minutes behind. So after a third of the run, he was under 3 minutes behind. So, you know, he's performing about as well as you could expect, given their difference.
And that's obviously not to, in any form, like, discourage or, you know, go after G3.
Oh my god.
Just the pure facts of, like, if your PB is a 104, like, that's roughly where you're gonna aim to, you know, finish a run in. Though he did just die there.
It's pretty well known that G3 could improve his PB, and the simple fact is he just doesn't do runs enough to improve his PB. But he most definitely, if he grinded out this game and this category for a bit, like solidly, I don't know if he really has the time to do it, but if he does and he goes for it, he could he can improve drastically. He just doesn't, whether he's busy or whether he just doesn't feel like it. But yeah, I gasped because on the way to Boggy, Flu took a very sketchy roll jump over a shark, which that was scary.
Flu does a very fast method of that.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the. I think pretty much everybody in the qualifier went for it, but that's a new out of bounds. Well, it's the newest thing in this category anyway. It's not like it was discovered yesterday, but
getting those two orbs and then doing the boosted across like that, avoiding the other two, pretty smart considering you can't do a boosted while you have yellow eco. So.
Yep. Just want to point out the trick that G3 is notorious for failing. He has just done so.
He's going. He's going.
The meme is dead. He is no longer a walking piggyback failure. He has overcome his past failures And I for one, am happy to see it.
For sure.
But yeah, regardless though, I don't think Flu had a bad LPC either. So he's not, even despite this going well for G3, he's not going to be saving any time, I don't think, over Flu here.
Flu just throwing a shot out there, why not? One for the boys.
One for the boys. Yeah, pretty clean skips from G3 here in LPC.
Very solid.
Nothing really to note. Nothing to make fun of him for.
Solid LPC. G3 currently 3 minutes and 41 seconds behind. So this is like... He could definitely 103 off of this. Like, we're talking he could still lose like 2
He's on
3
pace,
minutes.
but you do have to remember that almost unarguably the last third of this run is the hardest third.
Yeah.
This middle section, this hub 2 that we're in, is definitely... You could make an argument for it being the hardest. What the hell?
Flew with the moves.
Flu just got impaled and launched to the moon there. I've actually never seen that. It's kind of
Yeah, my mind is thinking about all sorts of strats now.
Deliberately standing on that and getting pushed up and jumping over a wall. Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll have to work on that before the final.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that at some point. Don't know how I'm gonna implement it, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, you could argue the middle of this run, Hub 2 is the hardest, but personally I think Hub 3 is the hardest.
If Flu knows how the race is going, and he's like borderline capable of like PB, he might go for lava walk, but I'm not expecting him. Yep.
Nope. I'm not even sure if he does lava walk in his PB. I don't think so. So like,
yeah.
Even if he was on PB pace, I don't think he would go for it either. In fact, I know in the relay he had that exact mindset. He didn't go for a lava walk because he was on PB pace.
I think G3 might go for the checkpoint strat because he just deliberately took damage, but I don't know if that would ever be useful, really. It looks like he's gonna go for this.
He deliberately took damage, did he?
Yeah, I think. It very much looked like he walked into the round. Now he can't do that anymore.
He knows fully how to do that. It's not as it's definitely not as simple as just going into that corner and sinking in the mud.
I'm very scared that he'll die. Oh wow, okay.
That was a ballsy roll jump.
He's not.
Maybe he doesn't even know that you can just double jump over that, but
Flu making the world disappear by holding a button.
Yeah, that is the height of Jak speedrunning. Holding a button and making the whole level deload. Such is the nature of this game, being held together by glue.
Oh, he's not doing the checkpoint strat here. We'll see.
G3's he's not playing this safe.
Yep.
To put it lightly. Please don't roll jump. I mean,
here as well.
As long as he doesn't mess anything up, he's fine.
Yeah, he just needs to get this next checkpoint, and then there's a big sigh of relief.
He's been on one health. It feels like this entire run.
Oh no! So please walk. Yes, thank you. That frog's tongue will.
Tongue.
Alright.
Sorry.
That frog's tongue will stick to you unless you walk behind like a pole and eventually damage you. So you need to break that. Cut that off. Hoping G3 stays on the platform, he should. Flu, here we see something.
Oh, he's going for it.
Almost explicitly Flu does. And he doesn't get it.
So close.
Unfortunate.
That was a good attempt.
That would save around 20 seconds, I believe.
It's something like 26, 7, I think. Yeah, something around there. Between 25 and 30, it's in that ballpark. Over what? Oh, that tongue is...
chilling.
Dive bombing the cutscene, yeah? My god.
So yeah, now that Flu didn't get that rock hop, which is not really expected.
He is quite good at it though, to be fair, but yeah, it's definitely not fully consistent.
so he has to go back on foot, which is like what people just usually go for anyways. Like, it's a very top runner kind of thing.
Yeah, we should elaborate. That trick is it's to get this cell that he's going back for faster. Like, it's to get it during the race rather than having to end the race and go back for it.
Yeah.
And currently, there are 2 known ways of doing it during the race. Well, yeah, maybe there's more than 2 known, but the 2 that people do in runs are tree hops, which you'll see in the world record.
Yeah, and that saves about 35 to 40. We're talking about a 10-second difference.
Yeah, I think it's 35, maybe a second or 2 less than that, but it's over 30 seconds that tree hop saves. And then there's this alternative, which is starting to become more popular, which Flu attempted, and I think it's Flu and Aslov are like the only people who have PBs with it, potentially, so far. But I mean, that's more than the 0 that had it like last year, so.
I'm guessing that G3 has gotten the, oh, of course he has, yeah. I'm an idiot. Because I just saw him get the scuff last time.
Yeah. But yeah, so Flu didn't get the rock hop, which is the alternative to tree hops, so he had to do backward cell on foot, and that's what G3 will be doing as well, almost certainly. G3 not going for lava walk. At this point, even if he got it, it would only save 30 seconds. He's multiple minutes behind, so
Yeah, we can pretty much call it a race at this point, but, maybe.
Well, I'm sure he would not feel great about me bringing this up, but Flu did, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm that nice. But Flu did fail the top of Citadel cutscene skip in the relay. I mentioned.
No! What just... Sorry for cutting you off, but G3 stood in place for like a good 5-6 seconds and then just jumped. I don't know if he like dropped his controller or something, but... or maybe he accidentally let go of the button.
Possibly, yeah.
But then he could have just pause buffered.
Yeah, true. Well, it's we've mentioned it. G3 notorious for failing pause buffers, so maybe he doesn't want to take that risk. But anyway, I've mentioned the relay a few times. We had a community relay involving... Did Flu crash, or is the stream frozen?
I'm unsure. That does not look like a crash that would happen.
That is, if that's a crash, I've never seen it. But I think his stream seems to be frozen. But anyway, yeah, in the relay, Flu went for and got that trick that he attempted. Okay, stream's back. Oh. Yeah. He went for and got that trick, and it was really cool. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I like this screen.
Yep.
See, we don't have this when we do Jak events. We don't have this kind of professionalism. We just buffers for 30 minutes, and we all just spam professional stream in the chat. That's about how it goes.
Yep. A little update on the Delta here. G3 about 4 minutes and 30 seconds behind going into Mountain Pass, but he's gonna save some time over Fluid Mountain Pass actually from the attempted rock hop fail. So G3 catching up by a few seconds here.
So Flu, if you're listening, this is where you do the splice and come out with the world record. If you weren't aware, this is the best time to do so. He was on pretty reasonable pace. I don't think he was on PB pace though. Maybe he didn't go for lava walk, so maybe that would indicate he was on PB pace. I'm not sure. I really don't know how. Lava walk's a weird dynamic. Some people will go for it if they're on PB pace. Some people won't go for it if they're on PB pace. Some people just will never go for it. Other people will always go for it. It's just basically just preference. Run a choice.
Oh.
Oh no, it's the purple screen of death. I wonder what happens when that countdown gets to 0. It's the world end.
I think so. I think you just get a Jeff Bezos' face as your desktop background.
That's about as bad as the world ending, I think.
Hey! Oh. So Flu's in
Flu's in Spider Cave. Wait, was he in Spider Cave? Yeah, he was. He's in Dark Cave now. He's done a little bit. But he's gonna be leaving Spider Cave as G3 enters, which has been the theme, to be honest, ever since
G3.
Ever since Hub 2, I think, really.
Oh.
Second try pause whisper. I've really done myself. I've really shamed myself here, bringing up all these bad habits of these runners, and they're just not doing them. Makes me look stupid. But I mean, hey, that's fine with me.
Very nice roll jump there.
Excellent roll jump.
One of the greatest.
One of the best right there.
That's why they call him Roll Jump Joe.
Oh wait, are we talking about Flu here? I thought we were talking about G3.
No, we're talking about G3.
Oh, we are? Okay. I think Flu's name actually might be Joe.
I think so too. Roll jump grants. I'm doxing everyone.
Yes, believe it or not, these people do have real names. And yeah, I didn't actually see when Flu left Spider Cave, but I think he left just after G3 went in, so... Yeah, the levels do get a bit longer though, so even though G3 is managing to enter as Flu is leaving, Flu is spending more time in these levels, so... He is losing time slowly, as you would expect.
Okay, here we have a potentially, I'd assume it's doing the blue eco boosted here.
That was a very tentative
square.
Yeah.
Let's see if he knows how to do this.
Everybody in this tournament should know how to back this up, because you can bet your life that you're gonna fail this boosted at least once. So you want to know the fastest way to recover it.
Which is not this, by the way.
Yes, it is not this. I mean, the fact that he's done it, he knows what he was going to do, and he's just done it, and he doesn't wasted time doing it. Like that's better than some things we've seen in the past. People are undecided; they don't know what they're doing. They run around.
Sort of go back, they go like back and forth for a bit, and then they're like,
they run around like a headless chicken, and then eventually they find their way up there.
No, what did he just do?
Wait, what did he just did he do the boost?
Oh, he just he's doing this. This is the fastest way.
Unfortunately, this is a lot harder without eco. Okay, you get it. It was a third try though. Now you want to spin, not ground pound.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. Like he just ground pounded down, trying to go to that cell. Wait, is that me or is there a pitch issue right now?
With Flu?
Yeah.
Yes, I think his stream is fast forwarded to catch up. It's like a Twitch thing.
I see.
I think. I can't actually tell if that's... No, that's like really high pitched. I think that is actually just something weird going on with the audio there. To be fair, I think Flu was potentially having capture card issues before this tournament, before today. So that might be the cause of some of these issues.
Well, it's obvious that even if G3 hasn't been like super grinding or anything like that, whoopsie daisy. If he hasn't been like grinding a ton, he still knows the route. Like I don't think he's gone like significantly the wrong way at any point. And
I think the only thing on that front would be the orb count. He didn't seem unless he intended the entire. That's another dead. Unless he intended to get that orb vent in San over the entire time, then
we'll just assume that. We'll give him credit.
Yeah, we'll assume he intended to do that, which means he knew his orb count.
Standing by.
Oh, that was honestly quite trippy. Hearing snowy music in really high pitches, like kind of scary.
I think Flu is actually speeding up the speed run to get good times for the leaderboard.
Yeah, he ignored what I said about splicing and just decided to turn on hardware acceleration.
Very smart move from G3 to not shoot that excessively with the yellow eco wasting time on that because he was running out, so got the fast thingy. as we call it scientifically.
Yeah, the fast thingy. Definitely a name that could not be confused with anything else.
Yeah, the pitch is still there, but we can live with that. Sounds like evil.
It's so trippy and evil, what the hell?
This is more like something out of Psychonauts.
I'm just expecting his stream to be like deep fried by the end of this run. It's gonna be so cursed. He's descending into the depths of hell with this one. Oh boy. G3 almost.
Using the infinite jump,
he almost
nice.
pulled a classic there. Sometimes you get that accidental boosted, and the first thing you want to do is spin, but that's actually the last thing you want to do because it can take you off the edge. But he just about saved it. It looks like we've got G3's audio now. Back to the realms of normality.
Flu going for the first successful gondola skip.
And
He's done it.
unsurprising. Yeah, unsurprising, didn't have an issue.
Oh no. High pitch oracle. High pitch oracle can't.
The crazy thing is, hang on. Okay, next time it talks.
Oh, G3.
That's unfortunate.
The power cell theme is so cheery.
For your effort, a power cell is the reward.
The crazy thing is, it doesn't even sound that much different, but
Yeah.
you can kind of hear it, like the person behind it though.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that they like really like lowered the pitch
Yeah.
from the person who did the recording, so it almost sounds like a normal person trying to do the voice at that point. I say a normal person as if the voice actor isn't a normal person. Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, G3 not having the cleanest Spider Cave. Spider Cave is a tough level, don't get me wrong. But Flu definitely, well, from what we saw of Flu anyway, he had the cleaner one. And Snowy is not much different in that regard. It's another tough level, so...
So going into Snowy here, G3 is 6 minutes, 15 seconds behind Flu. Obviously, Flu already being done with a lot more than 6 minutes and 15 seconds of content ahead of G3 still, but Flu is definitely... I don't know, it's looking like a 57, if I had to guess. Just like right now. So Flu's had a very decent run.
Yes, he has.
Thank you for your input.
Yep. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, I mean, I brought it up, I'll bring it up again, because I'm the nicest person in the world. Flu did fail a cutscene skip.
And he missed the blue eco just now, the second one, so he's
So
gonna
he
miss some
loses
time
a whole
on that,
5 seconds or something like that, so that could bring G3 back into contention there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and not the best oranges. Has to do a little loop-de-loop. This is why you skip them. G3,
Oh, I thought he had that, to be fair. Maybe cut it a bit too tight. You actually, when you do the skip and you do the boosted, nice little crouch from him there, you actually want to do the boosted from as far out as you can. You think that you want to get close to the wall,
Yeah,
but you don't. You want to do it right on the
Yeah.
edge of the corner.
there you go, ledge grablers as well. Because
That's always how that trick works.
Yeah.
You don't get it 5 times in a row and then you get a ledge grabbers.
I think the Flu might be getting a very low 58. Or a very high 57, one of the two.
I think
Actually,
it's gotta be a
no.
57.
So it's gonna be a low 57, actually, could be. I'm terrible
Yeah,
at
I don't
estimating.
think there's any way this is a 58. It's a 56 or 7 for sure. Probably not a 56. I don't know. Oh, no, I think this is a 56, provided he doesn't mess a cutscene skip up.
Yeah.
I think he might just squeak a 56 in.
Just like the very, very mildest 56. Which is very good, obviously.
See if G3 can get the 2-frame hit.
Oh.
Not too far off. You can, during that cutscene, well, just before, there's a window between the power cell cutscene and the cutscene that follows where you can move Jak. And if you do an uppercut and time it just right, it will cancel the end of the uppercut and launch Jak through the ceiling during the cutscene, which saves like 7 seconds. Otherwise, you have to climb up out of the roof.
Yeah, this is actually like 50, 56, 50 something most likely. He might just not go for 1 frames at all.
Oh, G3 stuck in the... You don't want to be stuck in that little gap.
Oh goodness.
Now I thought I would want to hear Gold screaming in high pitch.
Oh, he's going for him, and he gets the first one.
That was
Very
way
nice.
too early, surely.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
As I say, that... I almost feel like he jumped, like when you jump when you're not going for the 1 frame, but he did a 1 frame. That's almost what it looked like. That was way too early.
Did you just throw the 56 for content?
Oh great, we have buffed out audio and we have him spamming triangle. So yeah, in this fight, if you go into your goggles, the first person, like if you go in and out, it kind of messes with the camera drastically.
And also, you can infinitely spawn green eco with that.
Any eco in play.
Yeah, but in this case.
Yeah. People use it to get infinite health during the fight. Something very useful to new runners actually, and a lot of the time they don't know how to do it, but it's a very useful strat. G3, knowing that he doesn't need any orbs here, he's definitely
very smart man with a big brain. Oh, flew.
Getting onion cucked, as we like to call it.
I think he's throwing the 56 for content here.
Yeah, he definitely waited long enough that time, so he definitely went for the 1 frame, as he should.
No quick shot.
But I think he got the fast. Quick shot is... Well, that's not good for that.
Yeah, this is
It's a low
this is a
57.
57.
Definitely would have been a 56 had he had a cleaner final boss. But yeah, I don't think he... I'm sure he knows that he's won this at this point, so he's not too fussed.
Yeah, it's about a 57-10-ish time, depending on his spawn.
Oh my god, Daxter sounds...
G3 going for Gauntlet skip. That's looking... Yeah,
That's
he
looking
jumped
dead.
significantly too early. He had another 15 frames of running ahead of him. Oh my god.
Yeah, he actually sounds more annoying.
Oh, G3's also going for this.
Looks good-ish.
Does he know how to go off? That's...
Yes, that is a successful... Oh, GG.
That's a successful 57, and for G3, that's... He also didn't go the wrong way like Roser did.
Yep.
Good job, Flu. 57-12 is a great time for a reset list.
Oh,
We're hearing ourselves high-pitched. Exciting.
Oh god. I think Flu just pulled up the stream there for a second.
I think so.
That was almost cursed.
A
Yeah.
very solid time. I
mean,
still like...
It was a 56 really, he just, you know, had a bit of a haphazard final boss, but like, high 56 or low 57 for given his PB, that's exactly what he can hope for really. It's not going to get much better than that. Well, I mean it could, but...
G3 is honestly going to be pretty close to his PB time here. It's most likely going to be 104 at the very least.
My god. He's like so close to falling off everything, but he doesn't fall off anything.
That is indeed what we call Chad behavior.
So to all the gamers in the chat, just want to ask, G3 doing
No.
So what he was doing there is he was doing the first part of LTS, the skip specifically banned in this category. Nice rocket. But yeah, he started to do the first part of it and then immediately failed and died, so that wasn't great. But anyway, people in the chat, who is your favorite Sage? That is my question. Really important question that I need to know the answer to. I just want to know whether you're wrong or not, really. So yeah, blue, red, yellow, or green. I almost forgot what the other color was.
There is I mean, gold is a Sage.
Let's not get into that, eh? Let's go. No.
There's no correct answers in the chat. Never mind, there's a correct answer in the chat.
Oh, I see a correct answer.
Yeah, a single one.
No, I see two of them.
No, you don't. You see a single one.
No, I definitely do see them.
Oh, there is two.
Yeah, you're right, there is two, yeah. There's some really questionable answers, has to be said.
For sure.
I think some of the people in chat may have never played this game before.
Yeah, I think we have some people who are very confused at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's see if G3 can get both eco. Oh my goodness.
Did you just break your leg? What was that?
What do you mean?
I don't know, something broke, I couldn't think of anything, so I just did. Oh, G3 got both the eco, I think, right?
Yes,
oh no!
That's what I was talking about.
He got both the eco, but he lost them both immediately. He must have let go of X or something.
Oh my god. What is happening?
Wait, okay, I just realised, sorry, that's the reason why I just was delayed with that is because I was watching the actual stream rather than our feed, like an idiot. But yeah, he got both eco and then lost them both, so points for trying and succeeding and then losing them, I guess.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Look, I'm trying to point out ways in which G3 has clearly shown better performance over Flu, and the blue eco in Lava Tube was one of them for a few seconds. I definitely think in a Sentinel, for example, G3 had a better Sentinel.
G3 is still gonna get the second best time of this tournament, by the way. He's not getting a 107, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, never say never. We've got a few pauses.
Oh,
G3, why?
Never say never, innit?
Oh no. Don't sit there. Come on. Keep going. Please finish before 107 or we're gonna look... I'm gonna regret saying what I said.
This is still like a 105 all the way right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's why you don't want to cut those driving on these things close, because that exactly will happen.
Actually,
yeah,
it might be a 106, but still.
He died right before the checkpoint. So, yeah, not ideal. He's taking it nice and safe this time. Still going for yellow skip though, as you should.
Yellow skip is the funniest name for anything ever.
Skipping a colour.
Shout out Jazz for that one. So, let's see. Oh,
One.
Nice.
Yo! I think he's got every pause buffer at least second try.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't paid attention to every...
There's at least one left, probably two, assuming he buffers the last one.
I don't know why he would buffer the last one. I don't know why anybody buffers the last one, but... 1, 2...
Nice.
There we go. Second try again. I think he's got all of them second try.
Yeah,
he doesn't buffer the last one. So it's, yeah, smart on that.
So yeah, this has no reason to be a 107 at this point.
It's a 106, yeah. Provided he doesn't die on the final boss, this is a 106.
So just to clarify what this category is, in case people are wondering.
Probably should have done that at the start, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Perhaps.
Better late than never.
Yeah. So there's a skip called Lava Tube Skip, which allows the game to be beaten with essentially 20 collected power cells. It's like 25, something like that. You actually finish the game. 27. Is it even that much? I have no idea.
It's like I think 23 is how many you can finish it with without Lava Tube Skip, but I think we finished with 24.
Yeah. And you know, obviously we get 72 in this. So just a big sequence break that saves, roughly speaking, half an hour of gameplay.
Yeah, pretty much exactly half an hour. But because we don't like speed in the Jak speedrun community, we have this category where you can't do it.
I mean, for a tournament format, something with Lava Tube Skip, which is what LTS stands for, is pretty rough. Like, if someone fails it and the other one doesn't, we're talking like
several minutes of time loss. It's largely a hit or miss trick. There's not really you have got it. It's like you get it or you don't, and if you don't, you
can't do it badly.
Yeah.
You can do it slow, but you can't like sort of just lose some time while getting it perfectly for like external regions. Like you'll just do things slow. G3 finishing this with a low 106 indeed, where we don't look like fools. Wiggling. As you do on a normal Sunday evening.
Yep.
Happy Friday.
I mean, it's Friday, yeah.
So we're talking about 106.15, the second fastest time of the tournament.
But yeah, it is the second fastest, to be fair. But I don't think that will be the case for long.
Yep.
And to put this into context, though, that will be Flu up 1-0. Obviously. No, I don't think you needed me to tell you that.
I have reached new perspectives.
Yeah. And that'll put, obviously, G3 at 0 and 1, again, pretty obvious. And they'll both have 2 more matches left. G3, what are you doing?
It's an invalid speedrun now.
Yeah, so technically G3 hasn't finished yet.
Time, kind of.
But, yeah, we'll pity him and say that was a...
he lost anyway.
Run.
It's not like he needs, it's not like points are gathered from this.
Yes, true. That is true. But technically the game, you don't actually finish the final boss once you do that to the white eco, but... Oh, we're getting... we're seeing the dev picture from Flu's screen here.
Kirby.
There is a random dev. I forgot the Kirby meme. Goddamn. Alright, well, that is our first match done and dusted.
Indeed.
First proper match of the tournament after the qualifiers. And Flu takes it with a commanding lead. I believe we have them waiting in the wings for a quick
interview. Greetings.
Gamers.
Good job, everyone. Nice job, Flu, with the, let's call it a 56.
Yeah, it was going to be a 56 until you had a rather haphazard final boss, but...
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Well, it happens.
I don't know, man. Could be me.
Yeah.
No major mistakes. No major mistakes.
No major
I don't
skips.
think I had any either. It's pretty good.
Yeah, G3 with a very solid performance. I'm not sure why there's a 1 and an O instead of a 5 there.
Yeah. It was a 56.
Yeah, man, he beat me. Fair and square.
Except that he didn't finish the game.
Yes. He paused. Oh shit! Right. Okay. But yeah, I mean, there were despite the times, G3, you did have some highlights. You had some lowlights as well, but you had some highlights.
I died in FJ.
Yeah, you died in FJ. You died in
just the
Spider
worst.
Cave quite a few times. You died Well, okay, I'm not going to list them
Yeah,
off.
just keep listing them off.
But
I mean, Sentinel was definitely at least
Sentinel-
even.
you definitely had a better Sentinel than Flu. At least,
Ooh.
yeah, as Sixrock said, it maybe even, but like PB wise, you definitely had a better Sentinel. But Flu he had a pretty exceptional race outside of a few little mistakes.
Did he miss a pause buffer?
He
Missed
did,
3.
but you missed one on everything you pause buffered pretty much. Right?
Yep. Yeah, I missed one and got the second one every time.
Yeah, so I
What
mean,
counts?
that's serious improvement.
You love to see it.
This controller, I've said it like, once I switched it
Uh,
back to this controller, it's a lot easier.
Blaming the
Yeah.
controller, I see.
Yeah, it's just the DS2 that was bad.
Right. But yeah, I don't know that yeah, we could list off the things that went badly, but
Could
I
be
mean, you seemed a little bit rusty, G3, but I assume you haven't had probably as much time
I
as
think-
Flu.
I know I've explained it before, but my input lag is super bad, and it was bad today. Like it can be like good or bad depending on like the day. It was bad today, so
Yeah, all right.
playing at a disadvantage.
Still
Yeah,
have some,
we should. Yeah, let's mediate the run and give you a 56.
There
I'm
you
fine
go.
with that.
So obviously a 9-minute difference. It happens, different levels of play. That's no biggie. I believe
Can't
the
wait
next
to go against
match.
Josh.
The next match
that'll be
is
easy.
Aslov and Trots, I think, which will be a closer match, at least assuming. So,
Yeah, that'll be coming up shortly after we take a little break, and yeah, we'll see you then.
Cool.